Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Next Team Podcast, episode 16. As usual, I'm your host BK, and joining me today are Vikas, Arjun, Tarun, Pramod, and we have a guest, Gokul. So before we get into the episode proper, I just want to say subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Spotify and Instagram. All the relevant links are in our Instagram bio at the Next Team SG. So, let me get the episode rolling. First of all, Gokul, tell me a bit about yourself.
Hi guys.
Hello.
My name is Gokul.
Wow, I know that.
Chelsea fan since
I'm a Chelsea
2018.
Let the guest introduce himself.
Yes. Okay, so I'm a Chelsea fan since very long ago. So
When is very long ago? I need the specifics.
Since
since
2017.
I started watching football, which is
Since the Torres moment.
yeah, and I just want to say thank you for having me here. I'm a big fan of this podcast. So yes.
Gokul
Thanks for
has
gracing
watched
us with
every
your
episode.
presence.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Gokul. It's a great honor for you to be on board.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna get the ball rolling. We're gonna start big week in the Champions League today. Big week in the Champions League this week. Both the finalists were decided. Firstly, City PSG, City 2 PSG 0. City go through on aggregate 4-1. Who wants to talk about it?
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
Everyone, there's a collective
No, it's
sigh
like
because there's
it's like why though? Like City is like they're just
No one
running away
likes
with
City,
everything. Yeah, like
They're just too good at this point.
yeah.
maybe you can just give praise to Phil Foden and then move on with that. I didn't want to praise City.
I mean that reaction says everything, right? Because really, let's face it, nobody wants City to succeed in the Champions League other than City fans.
Yeah.
I personally, I'll be wearing a Chelsea jersey on the night of the Champions
Well
League.
done.
I love it. I think all of us are.
Except me.
Yeah, it's.
but-
I mean, nobody wants.
Why?
Okay.
So except who?
Arjun,
Except for Arjun.
I do
Yeah.
not want to see Chelsea win another one.
So you rather City
Oh.
win the league?
I'd rather City.
Sorry, City win the Champions
I mean, it makes sense. What London rivals, for
Fair
now it's
enough.
Manchester rivals. Fair enough.
Okay, that's
Mm.
fair.
But I don't
Uh,
like either club. Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
it's
But-
the Trump and Hillary. It's the football version of Trump
Okay,
and Hillary.
But other than Phil Foden, must credit Pep. Finally, he got it right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's on the cusp of achieving what City brought him in to do. So
Yep.
I
would
would
be
say
a turning
after
point.
I would say after Ferguson, I feel he's the best manager the world has ever. I can go as far as to say he's
Yeah.
the best manager
Yes.
the world has ever seen.
Fair enough.
After Ferguson, but even Ferguson, to be fair, he's only managed one club like properly.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he had
Yeah.
like
How
he
about
had a
Mourinho
Scottish
though?
record.
I know this is like.
I know Mourinho. Okay, I think I feel like he hasn't evolved with the times. Like we were talking about it, right?
Yeah.
How he hasn't really innovated his style of play. I feel like managers nowadays need to adapt to the changing conditions, and I feel he's getting found out. He doesn't have. Okay, I don't know what's the reason he's not able to achieve the results he wants. Maybe it's because of the players. He hasn't had the players he wants to have, or maybe it's some other. Maybe he's not able to manage the current crop of players well. Maybe he's not able to keep the dressing room gelled and together. Maybe it's not working how it maybe did in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But for some, it's just not working out. And I feel he has to change something about his either style of play or his man management or something. But I feel Pep, on the other hand, since his time at Barcelona when he first took over, he has just gone from strength to strength, from winning in Germany and then winning in England, and he's conquered everywhere he's gone so far. So, and I think it's fair to say right now, I think there's no debate, he's the best manager there is. And
Yeah.
City should be blessed to have him. And in terms of history, I think he is up there. He's definitely up there. I would say, I think he can be put in the same bracket as like the Fergusons, and I think he can be. I would say he deserves that title around that same bracket.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But
Although
then again, they're City.
Yeah, no.
I can all this, but then again, they're City, so I don't want them to win. That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, having said all this, I would love for
and
them
the
to
only
win.
criticism of Pep is he's unable. We haven't seen him like recycle enough times. You see, Ferguson recycled the team from like Andy Cole, Dwyer to Rooney, Ronaldo. Like he
Yeah.
maintained that cycle of players. But Pep has done it like
Yeah.
once only. from like
Fergie
Aguero
rebuilt the
to
team like
currently. So,
multiple times.
yeah, so we need to
Yeah.
see more
Still
longevity lah. Longevity needs to be a better, reliable measure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he's like what 80% through recycling his back four.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
No, like as in Ferguson
mean,
was like he did it through like 2 decades, right? So it's not
Yeah.
enough to quickly jump on the bandwagon that Pep is on.
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
Definitely, but it's a different challenge, different set of challenges because he's been there at different clubs and different set of challenges.
yeah, but definitely,
So I think,
fair point
yeah,
that
yeah.
he's.
PSG performed pretty badly, right? That
Yeah, it was very disappointing. Like
my
I mean,
prediction came through. Mbappe didn't play, and I predicted that they'll get blown away if Mbappe doesn't play. So fair enough. I mean, they only flow through Mbappe and Neymar, and Neymar had a bad game.
Yeah.
So nothing.
okay. So long story short, City are one of the finalists. And now we are moving on to the other semi-final: Chelsea 2, Real Madrid 0. This is also another shock result. I didn't expect Chelsea to win. So Gokul, tell us how you felt.
That's
You watched the match, right?
Yes, I watched the match.
with the exam next day. What I mean.
It was a wonderful result. So I think we played very well. Like we deserve to score much more than the scoreline suggested. Maybe 3-4 more goals. To be honest, Real Madrid didn't play that well.
Yeah, they played well, honestly. I watched the match.
Yeah.
That was the first Champions League game I watched in a while. And they deserve, whatever he's saying is actually true.
He could have scored at least 5 goals.
Yeah, easily.
Easily, yeah.
Wait, who?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Okay.
The Real Madrid were horrible.
They didn't
Yeah.
turn up at all, right?
Yep.
I think Real Madrid team is just aging and there were a lot of injuries, so you can't really expect much from them also. So yeah, but Chelsea's team the pressing was very good and yeah, we just played high intensity football.
Yeah, I saw some stat on Instagram, like Chelsea covered like 100 kilometers in the first, this is for the first leg I think. Did Chelsea covered like 100 kilometers as a team or something compared to like Madrid, I think it was 70 or 60 or something.
Yeah, and then that same stat said that Madrid was like Hazard was the most distance covered by any Madrid player, which is like contrary to any stereotype of what we perceive.
That says a lot.
Wait, the
I
second leg.
mean the
I don't know which leg. The
Because
first
first
stat
leg
I
he
saw
didn't-
was first leg.
First leg he didn't start.
Probably second leg.
Yeah. Second leg was Hazard, but I don't know lah. Why would you start him against Chelsea? Like I don't know. It doesn't.
Why would
Why
he
would
not-
you not? You paid 100
why
million
not?
for him to.
He has played like
Oh, sit on the
3
bench.
games or something. I don't know, like single digit games, like proper in this season or something like that. And it's one of the biggest games for Madrid. Maybe not lah, because they won it like 3 times in a row. But I don't know if he was the
Yeah,
best. Maybe
but-
they should put like Vinicius.
so
or
there's
whatever.
this so obviously Chelsea won, and then at the end Hazard was seen laughing with his former Chelsea teammates.
Yeah.
And the Spanish media, the Spanish media love to make a mountain out of a molehill, but this time they really put him on blast for laughing after losing a semi-final. But
Fair enough, I think. I mean,
yeah. Fair enough. But the point I'm trying to make is a lot of people tried to go to Hazard's defense by saying, "Oh, Bale was also very bad and stuff." So I here's something I learned this week. Hazard has put the ball in the net 4 times for Real Madrid. Bale has put the ball in the net 4 times for Real Madrid in European Cup finals.
yeah.
So
that settles the debate.
Bale was a complete
Hazard is
success,
way
there's no-
yeah.
Dude, Hazard is
Yeah,
officially,
Hazard
I
is-
think, one of the worst signings, like transfers ever in history. I used to think Sanchez to United was the worst. Now Hazard has triumphed. I really
Oh,
cannot-
Sanchez to United is
But we
still
didn't
very
pay that
very
much.
bad.
We didn't pay that much, right?
Yeah, I think the thing that
Oh, yeah,
makes
maybe,
Hazard
yeah,
worse
true.
than Sanchez
Yeah.
is the price tag.
100 million. Wow.
Yeah, and he has had like
What-
almost career-threatening surgeries and stuff. So they said he will never go back to his Chelsea potential. I think Gokul will know lah. Those 2015-14 seasons,
But he-
all that.
But he came back after the injury.
Yeah, but he played very well
Yeah.
in like 2019, right?
As in, he has so many injuries that I feel like it's too much. He doesn't get consistent playing time. That
What do you mean? He was the player of the year for Chelsea when they won
no.
the Europa League.
In Madrid, he doesn't play
Oh.
consistently enough to return to his potential at Chelsea. Like he's the complete like parallel like doppelganger of like Inaki Williams, who plays like 179 consecutive league games. They should maybe do like some DNA extraction from that guy and put it into his. So it doesn't get injured.
That is not.
Legit, what? Like This guy is a complete sidetrack.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Fine.
Finishes 1 year of medical school, starts to do cloning. Okay. Are you guys? Anyone else has anything else to say about Chelsea and Madrid?
I thought Kante played particularly well.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
Kante, what
yeah.
the...
I think he
Kante,
got man of the match. in
Man of the
both
match.
games.
Wasn't he man of the
Yeah.
match?
For both the legs, yeah.
That is just
Oh,
a monster.
okay.
yeah, I like Gokul said that their pressing was something I never seen from a Chelsea team, and because they have the pace to do it, they can.
Mm.
I mean, okay, they are the way Tuchel is utilizing his players is very good because he understands like players like Werner, Kai Havertz, even
Yeah.
Kante. They have pretty good pace and they have enough legs to last the 90 minutes as well. So I think it's working out very well for them. And I think Madrid were very slow and the way they were playing, I think they were dominating possession.
They had Ramos,
Like,
but they still couldn't. Like, Ramos
Yeah,
was
no,
supposed
but-
to be the
Correct,
limelight.
but
Yeah.
like I feel like they were very slow and flat. Like Modric and Kroos were controlling the whole game, honestly, in terms of
they-
the midfield battle. But then they weren't able to produce anything of substance, and I think the lack of proper, I don't know whether it's a creative spark or maybe just I feel
I think
maybe
the
it's
front
just a
three,
lack
lah.
of pace.
Yeah, front three.
I think just a lack of pace, like lack of that energy. I think which Chelsea had in abundance. Probably that's the main difference between the two teams. Because I mean, going in, I was hoping that Madrid can pull off something. Because even at the start of the tournament, I think Madrid had a pretty average group stage. They barely qualified, right? If I'm not wrong.
If I'm not wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It was
they lost to
the-
like Shakhtar Donetsk. Remember those times?
Yeah.
Wrong point.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. So like, it was a surprise to even see them progress this far. But knowing Madrid's history with European Cups, it was pretty. Like I guess it's a fair assumption to make that they probably will turn up this match. But Chelsea were just too good, I guess.
Yeah. Gokul, what do you think about Mason Mount? Definitely.
Oh, he's a wonderful player.
There's a lot of talk that how he was like Lampard's pet and stuff, right? But then now even under Tuchel he's been used quite
He's been
regularly. Yeah.
He's
Keep
played the
getting
most number
better.
of games in for the Chelsea squad this season. I
Mm.
think like 50 over games.
Where do you think his
Season.
ceiling is? Do you see him going to like Ballon d'Or that level?
Wow,
Wow, that's hard to
Because-
say now.
hard call.
As in
As a youngster,
Phil
he's
Foden,
up
if you
there.
say what his ceiling is, I would say Ballon d'Or. So that's I'm trying to like see what a Chelsea fan would think.
I'll say he's up there with Phil Foden.
Do you think Phil Foden can reach that level of goals and assists in a season to be up there for a Ballon d'Or?
Yeah, he's 20 and he's going to win 3 Premier League titles and potential
No, in
championship.
terms of title, yes.
No, but the Ballon d'Or
in
is an
terms of-
individual award.
Wow.
What was that? Okay, never mind. Anyway,
Never mind.
no,
Then what's
as in-
going on?
I don't know. Anyway, for like, I mean, do you think that they can actually maintain the records of, the goal scoring and assist records of maybe like someone like Mbappe or even Erling Haaland to be put in the same bracket? Like I know Foden is a very promising young
But
talent.
Foden and Haaland and Mbappe
Foden is
are
not
full
about-
forwards, what? Yeah, they're different players.
Yeah.
What?
They're
Yeah,
not
it's
all
More
about
like an
Phil
Iniesta.
Foden's
You can't
more-
compare him to like.
I guess, but I don't know. I mean, how else do you? Okay, for a midfielder, like if especially attacking midfielder, I guess you at least need to have the numbers. Like, I mean, how else do you measure numbers like assists?
It's like Modric, when he won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, Modric.
Okay.
He's not about
I guess,
numbers.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
You have to win titles, I guess.
Yeah.
No, but
So
I
now
think
Euro
Modric
is-
is the
Yeah, but to be fair, I think we can all agree that Modric was
A
a
mistake.
bit of a
exception.
weird. Yeah, it
yeah,
was an
he was an
exception.
exception other than the norm because at the end of the day, most of the Ballon d'Ors are decided on who has the highest numbers in world football. So
like
I
right
think-
now, would you not give it to Lewandowski? Just purely because of the number of goals he scored. Like, I feel in that sense,
Yeah.
strikers have an
No, that's
inherent
because that's a
advantage.
barometer for a striker, lah. But if you look at, like, for example, if you want to choose a Ballon d'Or for Van Dijk, you look at what? You look at his like defensive clearances, right? So different
Correct,
categories for different.
Yeah, but for
positions,
midfielder,
right?
how
For
would you
midfielder, you
measure?
cannot put
For
it
me,
under.
for me, midfielder, I would still measure it under assists, maybe. Especially if I mean, maybe if you're someone like Kante, maybe the titles and maybe your success rate in terms of tackles per game. But for someone like an attacking midfielder mold of like Foden and Mount, I would think you still
But
have to
isn't
measure like goals and assists to a certain
okay lah,
extent. Like,
true.
yeah, that's what I feel like.
It's also
Lampard
impact.
can
It's also
score
impact
20
on
a
the.
season. If Someone like Frank Lampard was able to score 20 a season, I think. I mean, I don't know if he was ever considered for Ballon d'Or, okay, but
he was.
he was.
he was.
Wasn't he second one
Yeah,
year?
he was second.
Yeah, I think it was second.
He was second when Messi got his second Ballon d'Or, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So yeah, I feel like if you were to consider them as candidates for the Ballon d'Or, I feel they need to step up the numbers because I think the talent is clear for everyone to see. Just they need to put it into
Yeah. I
practice, I
mean,
guess.
Phil Foden has 14 goals in all comps this season. That's like for
Yeah,
20
that's
years.
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's very, very good. I'm not saying that. I just feel like for Ballon d'Or level, he still has some work to do. That's all I was saying.
No, that's why I said ceiling. Ceiling is meaning like there's still more to do. But that's his ceiling.
Perhaps,
Like he
yeah.
will reach there one day, I think. Yeah.
True.
Sorry, just to clarify, Lampard was second in 2005. Nothing to do with Messi. Ronaldinho
Okay.
won that year.
I think Messi is just like the okay. Never mind. Move on.
Okay. Okay. I'm just reading a headline over here. Apparently, this news is about 2 days old. I don't know if you guys have heard it. The Champions League final between City and Chelsea, that is meant to be held in Istanbul, could be alternatively moved to Villa Park.
I saw Villa Park offered.
Makes sense,
host,
lah.
Yeah. They don't have to travel and everything. It makes sense, but I don't know if UEFA will.
Yeah.
Why?
I think the government
Turkey is now on England's red list, so
Correct.
I don't know how they're going to
Actually, quite possible
make it work.
that this
lah.
happens.
But now government is negotiating with the Turkey government.
Yeah.
So
I mean, when people with money negotiate, anything is possible. I think they're gonna end up going to Istanbul either way.
Yeah, I heard Villa Park, if they were to host the game, fans will be allowed into the stadium.
Yeah. I've also
They
heard
were
about,
going to be allowed at Istanbul anyway.
Oh, okay. That one I wasn't aware of, but I was pretty sure Villa Park there were going to be fans allowed. A certain number of seats will be
how
allocated.
big is Villa Park?
I am not too sure about the capacity.
I'm
Why
I'm
Villa
pulling
Park?
up the stats.
Stats, man.
It's a 42,000.
It's.
Wow.
Wow.
Seat
Okay, it's
and
pretty
stadium.
decent.
I guess you don't need it to
Yeah.
be
So
too
it
big
should be
because
more
of
than
the
enough.
COVID. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
it's enough. lah.
even if it's big, you can still have distance between the fans, I guess. To an extent.
Currently, I think there's for the upcoming fixtures, they'll be letting some fans into the home fans into the stadium. I think, I'm not sure of the number, 10,000 or something.
Yeah,
So-
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that article.
Yeah.
It's either
So-
10,000 fans or 25% of the capacity, whichever one is lesser.
Right. So they could probably just work something around those numbers for Villa Park.
Yeah.
Just half allocation for City and Chelsea fans, I guess.
But I think 10,000 fans is still awesome.
Yeah, I mean, any
Yeah, it'd be
even
quite
a
good.
few fans is great.
Yeah. Okay, so is that it for Chelsea and City?
Yep.
Okay, so hopefully Chelsea win, and
Yes.
moving on to the Little League. Sorry, not the Little League. The Europa League.
You guys are not even that.
Yeah.
So this week, Roma 3, United 2, but United went through on aggregate, 8-5 on aggregate. So I think Roma will be quite disappointed because had they not lost the other fixture 6-0, they would actually be
6-2.
6-2.
Eh?
6-2, you mean?
Yeah.
6-2.
sorry, or 6-2, sorry. Yeah. So they'll actually be quite disappointed. I feel it sucks to see United in a final, but I'm getting too biased now. Let the United fans talk about it.
Okay, so first of all, right, that game was something we could have bottled, honestly. Pramod, I'm not sure if you saw the match, but
I
there's
did.
one man who saved us. There's only just one man who saved us. And
The
Yeah.
man who made 10 saves.
Yep, and that man is David De Gea.
Give it to Eddie Cavani. Okay, go.
What the hell?
Hey, I'm talking about De Gea, bro.
Lol.
That was
Talk about De Gea. Oh my god.
Bro,
I thought you were talking about
have you
the man who.
Eddie Cavani. Okay,
Oh, I saw
Cavani
that
is
lah,
a
but I'm
class
talking about the
striker.
goals Cavani did. No, but because Cavani.
I'm telling
was
you, we
not
could have
really good,
conceded. We could have conceded
Yeah,
5-6 goals easily that match. Like
Fair enough.
the amount of okay. I know some saves were a bit lucky in the sense that it was point blank and De Gea didn't know nothing much about it, but he was able to pull off quite a number of crucial saves that night. And honestly, Roma created way more chances than us. And honestly, they
Yeah.
deserve, based on that performance alone, they probably deserve to score the number of goals required to go through to the final. But luckily, big man David turned up for us. And the problem, this is the thing with De Gea. he has some insane games like this, and there are some games which he makes saves which are just immaculate. Like I've never seen any other keeper make. He probably still has the best reflexes in the league, I would say, in terms of shot stopping. But absolutely. But the thing is, but the problem is, right? He lets in some easy ones in, like easy shots through, which is the thing that frustrates me, because he has so much talent as a keeper, and he can easily be our number one. Like he fits that bill perfectly. But like I feel like especially in recent years, these inconsistencies have let us down too many times, and that's why I still, even though that performance was fantastic, I still feel Henderson is United's long-term option, and we should. I think De Gea maybe doesn't deserve to get booted out of the club or anything. I think maybe he can use both these keepers sparingly as he has done for the next season as well.
But from a financial point of view, it's not sustainable. You're paying 350
It's probably
grand
not
for
sustainable,
De Gea
but
and 150
yeah.
for him. 500 grand per week
Yeah.
for just keepers. So that's
But okay,
quite
for me, there's a trade-off. I would probably offload De Gea, lah. As difficult as it is, I would
Yeah,
still
definitely.
offload De Gea.
Mm.
Yeah, I would still keep Henderson because he's young and he still has a lot of potential. I mean, so far what I've seen of Henderson, he's quite a confident keeper. He comes out of his line. He's like he's somewhere okay. I don't want to run my mouth here. I don't want to say his style of play is similar to Neuer in the sense that he comes out for everything. But obviously that carries risk. I think he almost conceded a few times trying to come out. So I think he's still young. He still has time to grow. And to me, I still feel that he is our long-term option, lah. And but I'm still very thankful to what De Gea did on that night, which honestly just kept us in the game and the tournament. And from here, hopefully, we should be winning the Europa League.
Yeah, we should.
Let's see. We
The
should,
only
honestly,
threat
there's-
Villarreal had was as us. Yeah, the only threat they had for Villarreal, I think Arjun will know, Chukwueze, and that guy is injured. So they had nothing. So we should
Watch
be.
them, watch them in the
this-
Europa League
this-
now.
It would really be funny if United bottled the Europa League, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
I can see it walking it out, honestly. Okay, so
That's a good transition for Villarreal Arsenal, right?
yeah, but I'm thinking if I want to talk about, do you guys want to talk about the United
Oh,
fans
yeah,
protest
protest.
first?
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so
Pramod, what do you think about that?
I guess I agree with the intentions, but maybe not the way in which it was done, like stomping the ground and possibly injuring the stewards, and I think some of them like some of the security
They got
people got injured and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Some 2 police officers were injured.
those kind
there-
of things.
there
But,
was-
but I guess in every go ahead.
there was this guy who was breaking the cameras.
I saw that
Yeah.
video. Yeah.
Broadcasting cameras,
tripod.
which is really stupid. The Glazers don't own the cameras.
There was a
I
meme
mean,
that said
wouldn't
Van
you want the
der Beek looking
cameras?
at these players.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
you
go
want the
into it.
cameras? That's how you get your message out. So why are you breaking the cameras?
Yeah,
No, some things
So
do
they're
for
basically
reason.
having a race
Just
in the
Man U
stadium
fans,
and nobody's
oh.
there to
no,
see
but
it.
I don't think those guys. I mean, okay, they are Man U fans, but I don't think they are those people who really wanted to protest. They're those people who are like they just woke up and they want to
Just jump on
they
the
want to break
bandwagon,
something.
They want to do something in their life.
They were just trying to appear and went to break things up.
Yep.
Do you
that's
see some of the
exactly
kids? They just came in and they took out the corner flag and just went around the city holding it. That's it.
Yeah.
They just ripped
No,
the corner
but
flag out of them.
I don't know. We are getting hit. Us as a club, right? As the players are the ones that they are getting hit the hardest here, because they have to now play with 4 fixtures in a week. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No, but
which is very
I agree
stupid,
with
like-
the time. No, but I disagree with you in the fact that I agree was in the correct match to do it, because Man U vs Liverpool is possibly the biggest game in the world, like in
No, but
like
I don't
EPL
know,
history,
like,
and
I
to do that on
feel
that day
like-
shows our intentions over just one single match. You get it? Because if you do it on a Man U vs Burnley, right, it wouldn't have meant so much. Because now it
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
that we are much greater than 2 big teams who have so much to play for, especially United and Liverpool. And if we are
I don't know.
protesting on that
Personally, I
specific day,
disagree.
means we
Personally, I
really mean what we
disagree
want
with
to
it,
do. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's how it's supposed to be done. I
No,
mean,
don't
millions
you
of
dare disagree. Liverpool is a big club. say Liverpool is a big club.
As in, if you're willing to sacrifice that Sunday evening like
Not really,
leisure
I'm not
for
willing
the
to,
protest
not really.
because
I
you don't want to
feel
play
it's too
Liverpool,
big
I
a
feel
game.
is
No. I mean, why should the players
So-
be the ones suffering? Honestly, they've done nothing wrong.
No, but they didn't know that the players will suffer at that point.
I mean, it's
For them,
quite.
it's just to
I
show
mean,
their
it doesn't take a I don't know a 200 IQ guy to figure out that how are they going to slot in a fixture if it's going to get cancelled? You know, it's quite. I mean, definitely the burden will fall on the players, lah. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's the right way to go about it.
Do
Personally,
you think the
I mean,
fans were
there's
they
really-
wanted the match to be cancelled or postponed?
probably. I think
Because you need to
probably.
understand that this match doing this on that day, right, would get the most attention. Because Man U's Liverpool was the most awaited game for the
I
weekend.
don't know, lah. I mean,
So that's how they get
first
the
of all, I'm
attention.
not such a strong Glazers out in the first place, so probably that's why I'm a bit biased. I don't think that.
Yeah, I guess we all like kind of internally frustrated because we didn't get to watch because we waited for the match and then.
Yeah, but I
Maybe
mean,
because-
it's the same for worldwide audience. But I mean, the whole world is watching that match, and
Yeah, that's
I mean-
that's the thing. That's my point. So that you get so much attention if you do it on that day.
I think
Rather than
either
if
way
you do
you
it
get
against
attention.
Burnley
Like
or
even I don't know. Either way, I feel you get attention. And I don't know. I felt like it shouldn't be affecting the players in any way. Like the owners are the one that's supposed to feel the pinch if you want to get the message across. And I mean, the players don't deserve this. That's what I feel. I mean,
Yeah,
but
but
I
I don't
feel-
see
I
another
feel
way
this is-
in which you can protest like without causing like disruption to a game.
No,
There's no other way,
but they
unless you
have.
do it on
I
social
mean, your
media.
your fans have tried that before. You've done demonstrations outside Old Trafford before. I mean,
Yeah,
the
that's
Super League is the straw that broke the camel's back. They're sick and tired, and there's really no other way to show. How else are you going to show your billionaire owners that what they're doing is wrong? Because everything they've tried everything. They've. I mean, whether you like it or not, they've abused them on social media. They've demonstrated outside the stadiums. I think the supporters clubs have also spoken out against the owners. Then at that point, what really can you do? I mean, that's just this is just
okay,
I
lah.
don't know how to
I don't
how to-
know.
Spilling
lah,
of
but
everything,
yeah.
lah. It's just spilling of all the emotions, literally on the
I
field.
Yeah.
know, yeah.
I think we also had to
Yeah.
ask like what made them do this, and the fact is that they've been strung along by an owner that just doesn't have the
Yeah.
ambition that matches the size of the club.
they
So,
have like plunged your club into debt, right?
Yeah.
A lot,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think he
A
has
lot
Close
of
to
500 million.
500 million.
Oof.
Yeah. Because they bought us on loan, then they left
they
the
bought,
club as the
they bought
leverage.
United on
So-
loan, and that loan just transferred to the club now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's called a leverage loan, I think. So you
So-
leverage
so-
the
so what-
asset against
so
the
that-
loan.
Yeah, that's why our recent transfer policies have been so bad. Because any revenue we make, right, is used to pay back the loan, not to buy players. Unlike you see someone like Sheikh Mansour or like I don't know, even Liverpool's owners, they put in their own money for the transfer budget or like for their general.
They do?
Yeah, as in you put in more than us, lah. I don't know exactly the finances, but
No,
we
Tarun,
don't put-
Liverpool's owners do. Liverpool's owners put in money, dude.
When?
I saw
that
an
is why
article.
sometimes. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, yeah, I saw an article saying that apparently how Glazers can possibly win back the fans is by making a big signing or something. Like that's how they get the fans back on their side.
They tried that a few times though. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I
It
mean,
kinda makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it kind of makes sense. They said, I don't know who said it. Some big United guy, like, I don't know, some player, some former player, or some guy at the board or something. He was saying that.
But they tried it with like
they need to
Di
sign
Maria.
They should
all
sign
these what,
Kane.
Di Maria, Depay.
Yeah,
Kane.
yeah, but I mean, someone like
I
Kane,
guess, but-
or yeah, because I think Kane would be ideal for us in terms of.
Yeah.
I think if you sign Kane, we are there to challenge for the league position. There's literally, he's like the final missing piece of the jigsaw. I would say, like. Defensively, we've always been not strong, but
Maybe one more.
I
lah,
would
one
say
more piece.
I would say we
I
would
get what
have,
you mean. Yeah.
I would say we have the attacking threat to make up for our defensive frailties. So I think that killer striker, the 20 goal season striker, I think will satisfy everyone, including and definitely if we win the league, we'll get enough revenue to cover the Glazers' debt. But I mean, yeah, this is too far fetched, I guess. But yeah, it'd be.
No lah, we have 500
next
million
year
of
happens.
debt. Winning the league would not be enough. But I get what you mean lah. It's a good step.
Yeah,
if they sign Kane.
It's
or
definitely a
someone
good
can
step. I
appease
mean,
the fans,
obviously,
but-
winning more things will definitely bring in more revenue and definitely clear more debt for the club. And I think that's if the Glazers want to keep the club, that's probably the way to go about it, I guess. But yeah, let's see lah.
But there's also like I think it brings about this question of what kind of a precedent it sets, because then if fans can just like riot and break into a stadium to get new signings, then where does it stop? Are they just going to do it every time?
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
agree.
for me
Yes,
personally,
it's a
that's why
slippery slope.
I was completely against this idea, like of them invading the pitch for like a big match such as this.
Yeah,
But
like
wait,
even if
how
you
about we ask
just
Gokul?
look at it,
Gokul.
No, as in, I want to hear Chelsea's perspective because Chelsea fans also did the same thing. But what they did was they blocked the team bus from entering, and then I think did it delay the game or something? The one where Czech came out
Yeah,
of the bus and then
No, it didn't delay the game. It just Czech came out of the bus to talk to the fans, and that initially that basically caused the whole Super League to be disbanded lah. It was the start of the fall of.
Yeah,
Super
so
League. But
I would say we had a similar sort of intent lah. It's just
But
ours
the
spilled
thing
onto
is, it
the
wasn't
pitch.
peaceful. Yours wasn't a peaceful
Yeah,
demonstration.
true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all went too far into like
Fair enough.
climbing over the fences and going
Yeah,
inside.
I mean, property destruction.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, I'm pretty sure the cameras which they destroyed were pretty expensive. And
Sorry, Tarun. Yeah, continue.
Hey,
yeah, I mean, like if you just even if you just look at it at a single match day perspective, so like what does it show? Like fans can just get away with rioting and then postponing a game, and what if let's say your star player is injured, then what? You can just riot and get the game postponed. Wait for them
But
to
it's,
come back.
it's the best way to get your opinions heard.
and that's honestly an interesting point you raised. Like, I think that's one of the main reasons I feel like fans. I think United fans went too far that day. Like, personally, like
Yeah.
it
I
shouldn't
don't
affect.
think it was the right way to
The
do it. Like.
intention was correct though. The protest was correct, but a more peaceful demonstration would have been a better idea. That's my
Yeah,
Okay, lah.
like in that sense, what Chelsea did was I think it was the right way to do it. They didn't really affect much of the actual game itself, but they still got the point across. And you know what?
We drew the game.
Wait, your game got delayed, right? I think or something. No,
No, it wasn't delayed. It started on time, but it just
oh,
affected
it just disrupted
players.
the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, like I mean, affect the performances.
Yeah.
I don't know what you
I
can
mean,
do
you have
about
to
it.
suck it up,
But they got the point across. They showed that they were going to be united in this, and that's the best outcome that you can hope for. There's no damage
Yeah.
of
And
property.
now
no,
there's an announcement. And now there's an announcement of Chelsea saying they will have a supporters presence in the board
Correct,
meeting. So that was a good.
But I think
Good
even
demonstration,
your
like.
protest also worked because Glazer released the letter yesterday, right? Or day before yesterday. Not wrong. He said,
Yeah, but I don't think there was. They didn't
he-
mention anything about
he's-
supporters being in the midst of the board meetings.
He said
Unlike
he
yours.
recognizes
I'm not
the need for more funding, and then I think he said eventually will have like increase the fans' share over the club or something like that. If I'm not wrong.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's a good
have
step
no
in progress, which we haven't been doing since they came.
Let's see. Let's see.
Let's see.
We will never know.
Okay. Okay. Before we move on to the next topic, Tarun, you asked when FSG put money into the club. They've
No one cares.
constructed a new training ground. They expanded Anfield, and then they are expanding Anfield again now to have capacity more than 60,000. So they are constantly looking to improve the club.
Okay. I will give them credit for that, lah. But I think what Pramod said was something about along the lines of transfers, which I
But
don't
as in, if you put more money in the
Download.
club, it will definitely boost like your transfer budget. That's what I mean. I don't know if that's a good correlation, but I assume
I
so.
certainly
I don't
think
know.
that if Klopp wanted to sign someone and he asked for money, I think they will give it to him. I don't think they will deny him any money for a player that he wants. I really don't think that's the case.
Except during the pandemic lah, when Van Dijk and all this got injured.
Yeah.
then you had a bit of backlash, right?
Yeah. Okay, so that covers it for the protest. I guess I'm pretty sure we all can agree like it's
the right message, but not the right way to do it.
Yeah, it's just not
Yeah.
the right way to do it. Don't break the cameras. I mean, it's really stupid.
That doesn't. Yeah.
I'm
it
pretty sure
doesn't
Van der Beek
I'm
was
pretty
so
sure
sad
that doesn't
even these fans
even-
got more time on the pitch than him.
But do you think it'll happen again?
I don't think so, lah.
Uh,
I think I hope the
No,
United fans
they
have more sense than
they
that.
surely they will tighten up security for the next home match for United.
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
Okay,
it like
now-
today or something? Today or tomorrow? Move on.
Yeah, we're playing Aston Villa.
Yeah.
You guys are playing Villa tonight?
Yeah,
At Old Trafford.
I think Old Trafford, if I'm not wrong.
No, it's not Old Trafford. The next match at Old Trafford is against Leicester.
Oh,
Wednesday.
Oh, that's like Tuesday. Wednesday. Okay. We shall see.
Okay, so moving on now. It's time for Arjun's weekly rant with Arsenal nil, Villareal
rant.
nil.
Good evening. Good evening.
Villareal advanced to the Europa League finals. Emery gets his revenge. Good evening. Thank you very much. 2-1 on aggregate. Arjun. Come on.
First of all, I have to shout out Unai Emery. What a job he's done. And, he's finally. I think I watched his post-match conference. He finally pronounced it the right way. So he's making moves on and off the field.
Strides. Yes, it's strides.
Yeah, he actually said good evening. So yeah, I mean, it's just been the theme of our season. I think. Even like I never thought we would actually win it because like even the earlier stages we were scraping by. It was never convincing, and I guess these semi-finals we just ran out of luck. In all honesty, we should have been put to the sword in the first leg, but for some reason they went defensive after they went up 2-0, and then that led us back into the game. But we didn't show enough urgency for a European semi-final. We were playing like we were the team that was 1-0 up, and that just shows that there's a huge problem mentally within these players, and questions have to be asked of the manager because it's his job to motivate these players, to get these players up for these kind of games. I think we've all talked about how the quality in our squad has declined over the years, but even then I think we can all agree that we had enough to beat Villareal. And
Sure.
yeah, and the fact that we didn't do it, and I mean the equation was pretty simple: score 1 goal and you're done, and you're through. It wasn't like a mountainous task that we had to like score 3 goals by the first half and then hope for another 2 in the second half. No, it was just 1 goal, and we couldn't get it, and that shows that there are major problems within our club. As for Arteta,
Arjun sounds like he's on a new low point. Like the way
I mean, I don't think you can blame me.
I think this is your lowest
Yeah,
point
not at
since
all.
like Wenger's departure. Like there's no lower
I think
point
this is
than
our lowest point in
That's what you
2016.
say every season.
Yeah, it just gets
No,
worse.
especially because it's Villarreal,
just gets
especially
lower and
because it's
lower.
10th in the league and just
Yeah.
nothing to play for except Europa League.
Yeah, this season is pretty much dead. I mean, it was Europa League or by the time we hit January, it was already Europa League or nothing, which just shows that something is very wrong. That if your season, if your entire motivation of the season is just this one competition, then that means you're doing something very wrong. And in the league, we've been underperforming severely for the last 2 to 3 seasons already, compared to what we actually have in the squad. And I mean like a lot. I mean, I think a lot of the fan base are not happy with the owners, of course, but we're also not happy with the manager now, and I don't think you can blame us for that. He's been given time to like even when we were like 15th in the league early on, like he could have been sacked, but we chose to trust him and we chose to back him, and like even then most of the fan base was still pretty supportive of him because okay, he's a novice, he's going to make mistakes, but the hope was that he will learn on the job and improve, but clearly that's not the case. I would think that it's time for him to move on, but knowing our owners, he's going to be there at the start of the next season. So it's just like as a fan, like I think this is the first time in my whole life as an Arsenal fan, I legit have nothing to look forward to next season. Like that.
Oh God.
Wow.
Tragic.
Sounds so
That
bleak.
is depressing.
Yeah, it is.
That is true. I think Arjun, you'd even witness like the Invincibles, right? So you haven't yet.
Yeah,
haven't
like
witnessed that.
I've never seen the highs. So like I feel like the older fans are maybe a bit less emotional and a bit more measured in how they are seeing this compared to me. Like
I
because
think it's worse actually.
yeah,
Because
which
they've
is
seen
true.
the highs and then
Yeah,
the lows are just getting worse and worse and worse.
if you're talking about it philosophically, I guess every club goes through highs and lows. But the lows that we are experiencing now is not the natural lows. It's something that's been brought about by incompetent owners that have leached us dry for a decade, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. I think the next 2-3 seasons are a write-off, like realistically speaking. Especially if we're going to back Arteta. Even if Arteta gets sacked next season because of poor results, right? We're not going to go out and act like a big club and bring in a proper manager. We'll bring in another risky, like like taking a chance, like how we took a chance at that time.
Sorry,
Who would you-
maybe.
Who would you take right now? Like
Like a
if
proper
let's say
big club, right? A
anyone
proper big-
would.
Yeah,
Like-
let me see. A proper big club, right, would go out and, like, for example, I'm not saying this is very realistic, but I'm saying a big club would at least strive for a manager of Conte's caliber. Because Conte, yes, he just won the Serie A with Inter. He won the Scudetto, but he's still in negotiations with the club. A proper big club would go out and put the money on the table and bring him over, lah. Because he's someone who, if anyone can bring a club from a poor result the previous season, it's Conte. He came to Chelsea. They finished 10th the previous season. He won the league in his first season. Went to Inter, first season 4th, second season 1st. First club to win the Scudetto in 10 years other than Juventus. That just shows how good this guy is. And personally, I think he's a manager that's being slept on. And he's definitely someone that could bring a proper change to our club. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen because he actually has expectations of the board.
I think Spurs are in negotiation with him now.
Yeah, Spurs are with negotiations with him. So, and that would be
Would you
such a
take-
good get for them, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I would be scared of them for the next 2-3 years, because they have underperformed this season, and like they've been trolled quite a lot this season. But at the end of the day, they actually have a squad of quality players, and with Conte at the helm, right, they could do some serious damage next season. So
But I think before that, they need to keep their star players for Spurs.
yeah,
I think
that's
Kane
true.
and Son are we wouldn't blame them if they left.
Yeah,
They are
I mean,
too
I
good.
think Kane.
They are too good
if
for
there's
the
no
Pretty
Champions
sure
League,
Kane
I
is
would say- I
leaving.
think Kane
Yeah.
is leaving. Definitely.
I'm pretty sure Kane is leaving. I don't see him staying any longer.
And Son probably would follow out soon. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I guess back to Arsenal. Yeah, it's just it
you
seems like
take-
we're sorry.
Yeah, would you take Zidane in Arsenal?
He wouldn't come. Like is
No, but
I don't think
okay,
he will come.
hypothetically,
No, because-
do you
because,
think
like-
he'll succeed?
like he wouldn't be a good fit because this board wouldn't back him completely. Like this board is known for like half-assing things. Like we've like even
Yeah.
in Wenger days, if he was backed a bit more, right, he would actually done something with Ozil and Alexis. Like he could have built a squad around them and actually challenged for titles. We were so close. 15-16. Imagine if we had brought in a striker at that window. How much closer would it have been? I mean, I guess we'll never know. But it's just been we've been unable to capitalize on the few good things that happen to our club because of owners that just care about the bottom line and about the revenue. And because of Wenger, he was the scapegoat that managed to hold everything together until he left. Like the fact that we even stayed in the Champions League for that long, right, is an absolute con job. Like biggest heist. Like I mean, I've always appreciated Wenger, but now I really like understand.
Squillaci at the back, Shamak up front.
Yeah.
Remember those two?
Honestly, it worked wonders with our team, and the
Yeah.
style of football that we played was, I think, one of the best. Even though we weren't consistent as a team, we were still playing one of the best football style in the country or even in Europe, and all of that has just been decimated within 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
But
guess
this
that's
could
it,
be
lah.
like a blessing.
mean,
A
I-
new
in
low,
disguise, right?
definitely.
I mean, like, we are definitely going to be a mid-table team for the next 2 seasons at least. Like,
Maybe
wait.
not because
Sorry, I have to interrupt. I just heard the word blessing. I don't see how that ties into any of this.
Wait, Gokul wants to-
no,
Gokul
whole
because
thing was
like
Gokul.
no Europe, like you have no Europe, so you can
Yeah.
completely focus
Ah,
on
it's,
Premier League and rebuilding the
I
team,
get
which
that,
is-
but
I think
Without
that's what
Europe,
Chelsea
really
did, right?
big
In
right
that
now.
first Conte season.
yeah, but
they didn't have
with
Europe at
Chelsea,
all.
right?
the thing is with Chelsea, right? With Chelsea, even if they finish out Europe, the players that are coming into the club know that they are a club of ambition. They know that
Yeah.
the club is going to invest seriously over the next few transfer windows. Do players from outside have that guarantee with Arsenal? I would say no. We don't.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
Yeah,
the
I
fact
agree,
that we have no Europe now is going to cost us a lot in the transfer window. We're going to have to buy within the league more and more, from maybe mid-table clubs around our position. Like that's the thing. Like top
Yeah,
tier
fair
quality players, right, will never come to a club with no Europe. Like Europa League was okay.
And
still
your
a
players
bit of
are leaving,
buffer.
right? Some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they can leave.
Odegaard, Ceballos. No, Odegaard, I thought it was. As in Odegaard.
Odegaard had 2 good performances. I rather if he goes
Okay,
back
fair
and
enough.
instead of us paying 15 million for him.
Okay. Right.
I think a lot has to do with if you all get Daniel Ek on board. Like
Yeah, I
terms of
don't see it
ownership.
happening. Like
I think if it
Uh,
happens, I think
it
there
won't.
is something
It
you can
won't.
look
It
forward
won't.
to.
Like
honestly.
even in the immediate future, it won't happen, and even in the long term future, I don't see it happening. as long as we remain a cash cow, and we will because there's still a core of like legacy fans, as we've spoken about. There's still a core of legacy Arsenal fans that they can leech off of, and like we have to take like drastic measures like boycotting the team next season, like for like a extended period of games, like demonstrations outside. Even then, I don't even see them selling because we talk about midfielders who are press resistant. I tell you what, these Kroenkes are criticism resistant. They don't care. I mean, I think Kroenke is still figuring out what channel to turn to see.
Maybe he's the guy that didn't know what team was his own.
What
He
jersey
probably
is
thinks
team?
that
What colour
United are
jersey?
his team because they're both red. Then he's like, oh wow, we're actually doing well. They're second in the Europa League final. Okay, don't need to invest.
Do you think, Arjun, do you think that there'll be a generation of missing Arsenal fans? Like, also directed to the Liverpool fans, because you all never won the league for 30 years, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
I never thought of
Dude,
it.
I don't know
they're
how
not
BK
gonna win the
and
league for even
Tarun.
more than that. Well, I think
Yeah, so I
30 years is
yeah.
generous.
Because I don't know how BK and Tarun started supporting Liverpool, because you never saw them win the title. But
Oh.
what I mean,
Like the pain.
no,
I
no,
love
no,
it, I love
no.
it. Go on.
Because
No,
we
wait.
like the
I'm
pain.
going.
Go on, son.
I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere here. I know the Champions League in 05, all that, but like what I mean is there's this missing generation of Liverpool fans who have never seen Liverpool lift the title. And in the next, it's been 17 years since Arsenal won the league, and if it's another 13 years, then that would equal Liverpool's record of
Yeah.
30. So
Yeah.
I would
I
say
don't
there's this
think-
like those 10-year-old kids now wouldn't
There are definitely
be Arsenal fans.
like,
Why would they be Arsenal
parallels
fans?
to what happened to Liverpool. Like what's happening to us. Definitely some parallels to what's happening to Liverpool. But the reason why Liverpool got out of that is because they got new investors in FSG who actually turned the club around. I mean, am I right in saying that, BK?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, so like for me, I don't see a way out for Arsenal Football Club unless the Kroenke sell.
Yeah.
And even if they do sell, right, it'll probably be at that point, right, where they've like literally sucked the last like penny out of the club, and then they're like, oh, okay, we can no longer keep this club profitable, so now we sell. And when that is, I don't know. Like in the next decade, imagine like it won't be a surprise if we get relegated because we just keep losing players and like keep losing our.
I mean, if you're a 10-year-old now, you would never support Arsenal. Right?
See,
Yeah,
okay,
you wouldn't support
wait,
Arsenal.
I
So
got,
our
I got
fan
something
base
to
is
say
also
for
shrinking,
Pramod. So Pramod, this whole missing generation of Arsenal fans, I get it, but I feel
Liverpool fans, sorry.
this whole missing generation of
Yeah.
Liverpool fans, right? For example, I started supporting Liverpool because they won the Champions League, yes, but if you use that same logic, like success brings supporters, my life is like is a what do you call
Tragedy.
it? Is an argument
Example?
to that claim because
Okay.
my brother has, for his age, he shouldn't be supporting Liverpool. He's
But that's
Yeah,
because of
that's
you.
my point.
You mean
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that's
what
because
I-
of me.
But,
Yeah, so
but
that's how it
fans by
happens.
themselves, like
So-
okay, like for example, me and Pramod are the eldest ones in the family, so we are the first ones who are going to watch football. We have no outside influence. So if you watch the TV, for me personally, I think me and Pramod became fans because of.
No, but I
Pramod.
think for us it's easy because at that time when we started, we were the best. There's no
Correct. Yeah,
argument.
exactly. No, I mean, I think
So,
Ronaldo
but
was
for
one of the biggest
for
factors
Liverpool,
that
it's not
played
like
into
that.
us.
Yeah.
So I
true.
feel like that's one of the main reasons. If you have no outside influence, and I agree with Pramod on this point, if you have no outside influence, maybe for you influence your brother. So that's definitely.
Yeah.
Let's say if I would have a son, I can definitely influence my son to become a United fan, and so can Arjun, so can you got the rest of you guys lah. But by yourself, let's say you're like the first person in your family to actually watch football, I think you would explore clubs which have more success. And
Yeah.
football is very impressionable at a young age lah. And you're not really going to think about the deep history within the club and all that. Technically, Aston Villa has the deepest history, but are any of us Aston Villa supporters? Not really. So honestly, it has to do with a lot of it has to do with the recent success, and I agree with what Pramod says.
Yeah, but
Definitely
that's on
that
an
has a-
international level though.
But
If
that
you
is
look
a
at
Yeah,
big,
that's
big
fair.
source of
Arsenal is
revenue
still a
as well.
very
no?
popular club.
I
They're
mean,
still getting fans.
I mean that the thing is in that case, obviously you will, if you're in England, you will end up supporting the club in your city. But definitely, international fans play a big role in the revenue of many clubs and the brand name itself of the big
Yeah, I
clubs,
think
especially
Liverpool definitely
And
has
I
more
think-
non-English fans than English fans, right? Easily. So
probably
Liverpool
probably.
has more. Yeah. I mean, that's just.
that's probably it lah.
that-
So I feel like in a way that Arsenal should be concerned lah in that sense. Like there could be an issue with
It could be an issue where in 30 years time they just get wiped out like us, like Nottingham Forest. You know what I mean? Like Nottingham Forest not even in the first like top division now, but where they were like powerhouses in the 90s, 80s, whatever.
Correct.
It could be that
Exactly.
bad. So it's definitely a cause for concern.
So
No,
if-
I don't
exactly.
see them falling to Nottingham Forest levels.
I wouldn't bet against.
No, because Nottingham Forest, they were a very big club, but their dominance was short-lived. I think that's ultimately what led to.
Yeah, okay, true.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not Nottingham Forest, maybe like a Everton or like a Aston
I
Villa.
feel-
I feel
not
like
still in the
Everton
league,
will-
but very mid-table.
So,
Yeah,
so the way
that's
I
why.
think about it is, at a certain point, clubs become too big to fail. So you have your Arsenals, your Tottenham, basically the big six in Premier League. You have Real Madrid, Barcelona. At that point, right, when they start to falter, when the club becomes less valuable, investors will realize that there's actually you still have so many fans though. Like the asset that doesn't depreciate is your fans, like because they support the club. So financially, your club might be in the mud, but some other rich guy will just buy it and keep it going. I don't think we'll ever see like a big club getting relegated anytime soon. Like that's exactly what happened to Nottingham Forest, because at that time it was different. Like English fans, like English football was just in England. So the second
fair.
that they faltered a bit, they couldn't recover because they lost too much money, and there were not enough supporters to bring it back up. That's it. So I mean that's how I feel lah. But we are still in recent results, by the way. 50 minutes into the
Yep.
okay.
Okay, quickly move on lah. Move on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's move on. The match, was it last night? City
Yeah.
Chelsea. Chelsea lost to City.
Wait,
Chelsea
what?
2, Man City 1.
won
Was it?
against-
Chelsea
Chelsea
won.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Chelsea won,
City
Chelsea
lost
won,
to
Chelsea
Chelsea. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
City
Yeah.
Hey, my bad. City 1, Chelsea 2, and
Chelsea won.
yeah,
City 2-1.
oh my God!
Yeah, it's
wait,
correct,
what am I-
it's correct. No, it's VK, you're right. Go.
Yeah. City 1, Chelsea 2. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that's what you said.
Correct.
Let's end
Continue.
it. Let's end it. Okay, so I saw this match as sort of like a
precursor.
preview to the like a preview to the Champions League final, and it's nice to see Chelsea win, but I have to say
It's not a good measure, lah.
Yeah, but I just
Aguero,
wanna talk
Ake,
about
Ferran Torres are not. Yeah, so
Aguero's penalty was terrible.
yeah.
I mean,
he
if
was.
that went
I
in,
think if we went in,
if
then
you
we-
went in, I think Michael Owen was talking in the halftime, the analysis. He was saying that in terms of what he was trying to do, it was a perfect chip.
yeah.
Like, the decision may be wrong, but what he tried to execute properly.
No,
And
but
I mean, if those kind of
that's
things,
the
it comes
but
off, it
that's the
comes off.
risk
lah.
when you try a Panenka. What. You look like a boss or you look like a clown.
Yeah, you look like
You
a
all
clown,
remember
unfortunately.
Zaza's penalty?
Sorry?
You all remember
Hazard.
Zaza's penalty? Wasn't
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Zaza?
Oh,
His
Zaza.
name is Zaza,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Oh
The
yeah,
Italian guy.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, so you either look like a boss or you look like a clown. It's just, but I mean, no disrespect to Aguero, obviously, but
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, like, you couldn't
yeah.
make it count.
But
There was also
Tuchel
another
is-
one where he miskicked the ball, then he assisted Sterling through that. Did you see that one? The
And then
first
yeah,
goal.
Sterling
So-
just stole the
Stole the goal.
Yeah, Sterling stole the ball off. So it was a quite a poor, like after so long he's playing, and potentially it's one of his last games for the club, and then he ends it like that. But
I think he still got more chances.
To offer, right?
Yeah.
as in at Man City, I think that it's ending lah. I don't see him staying there next season. So
Yeah, he's
He
surely not
isn't.
staying there.
He isn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Weren't there like links to Barcelona or something? I remember reading.
Yeah.
He was
something
linked to
like
Barcelona, he was linked to Chelsea.
that. Oh,
Chelsea.
yes.
Actually, he would make a good striker for you.
Actually,
I
I won't be
don't
surprised
think
if Chelsea
y'all-
get Kane.
I don't think you all need Sterling.
Oh, imagine if Chelsea get Kane though. Wow.
I think it's
Oh, yeah.
honestly possible.
Perfect.
No, but I think they already have one big money striker that's
Werner just
Kind
not on
of.
the bench.
No, I think we'll surely buy a striker this coming
Yeah, they are looking for
Yeah,
number 9.
I think you all can
definitely.
rely on Werner, honestly. I think under Tuchel he's done pretty well. I think he was always a good
But he's not a
I'm
number
liking for
9
next
what?
season.
Is he a number 9?
He's-
I'm not sure.
He is. He is.
I
He
don't think
plays
so.
number 9, he plays as a left winger also, but then
He can play. He's very good for Tuchel's system, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I think next season they're quite forced to be reckoned with. Like, I'm not too sure who is going to win the league next season. Like, I think you have
Tuchel.
City, you have United, you have Chelsea in the mix. like these three from Liverpool. I completely forgot about Liverpool. Sorry. Yeah, it's going to be one of these four lah, and it's very very unpredictable honestly next season. And very curious to see how it pans out.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go into why you want to talk about this result in the first
Why?
place.
Why I won't what?
Why you want to talk about this result in the first
Oh
place?
yeah. Basically, okay. For me personally, I want to focus on Tuchel, because I think what he's been doing is like incredible. Actually, just before this match, actually no, I might as well just tell you guys the stat. So in 4 months at Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel has beaten Zidane, Guardiola, Klopp, Simeone twice, Jose Mourinho and Carlo Ancelotti, and up until yesterday he didn't concede a single goal in any of those matches, and
So
now
that's
he's
a
beat
bit
Pep
only.
Guardiola twice also. So
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
so he's only
I think
considered
it's the
one goal.
biggest impact of any manager in any football league in the world in terms of
He's the
where
he's the
like,
what?
how he has changed like the biggest impact lah.
Oh okay.
One top four finish, potentially a FA Cup win and potentially a Champions League win in 4 months.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
quite big.
any mean feat.
Yeah.
So Gokul, what do you feel about Tuchel? Tell me your
I think
how
Tuchel
much
has
do you
been-
love him?
Has been very impactful at the club. Like the way he rejuvenated Chelsea from how Lampard left off was. None of us expected this, but we all love it. So yeah, I hope he keeps it coming. I think like the way he came, like not a lot of fans supported him because Lampard was a fan favorite, and a lot of people wanted him to have more time at the club. But then he was sacked. For like now looking back is for the better lah. But then back then Tuchel wasn't really supported as much, and it worked very well now. So yeah, that's good.
I remember at the start there was like talks of how he was brought just to get the German connection because he could speak German and bring out the best
To be
of
fair, it has
Havertz
worked
and
pretty
Werner.
well. I mean,
And
Havertz and Werner
it clearly is
are
much
great.
beyond that's like clearly it's beyond that. The likes of
Yeah.
Christensen, Rudiger were all thrown out to rot at the bench under Lampard playing as
Rudiger is German as well. Rudiger is German as well.
Rudiger with his mask now. Wow, he looks like some
Christiansen played in
savior
Germany
for
as well,
Chelsea.
so just putting it out there.
That's why it's beyond just changing the front line. He's made some systemic change to the entire squad to the point where
No, I really like what he's doing. Like I didn't really think much of. I thought maybe it was just like like Ole when he first started out, he started winning games like left, right, center. Maybe it was just like a new man.
Yeah.
He was really having a very external honeymoon phase. But when I saw Chelsea play, like they really I like the way they're playing. Like the high press is really effective for them. They just sit back, and the moment someone takes a little too long on the ball, you have your Kantes, you have your Werners, you have your Havertz going at you left, right, and center, and then it makes it very difficult for the opposition to cope. And that's how they score majority of their goals, especially in recent times.
Yeah.
So I think it's a system that is quite effective, and I think it's a system that can work. But to be fair, I think they also have the squad depth to be able to play the system, because I would compare the squad depth similar to City actually. Okay, maybe not as much, but almost as good as City. I would say second to City. I would say, and because of that, I think this system is quite workable, because then you have players who can, even though you complete maybe 100 km a game, you can still rest players for the following game, and you still have enough quality on your bench to actually get you the results you want. So I think it's a very good system, and I feel Kante is key to this system, and keeping Kante fit for as long as possible is key for Tuchel to get results, personally.
Apparently, I actually read this week that there have been like close to 4 or 5 offers for Kante, each at least 60 million, and Chelsea have not even entertained any of them over the past 2 or 3 years.
I think
Yeah,
you
it's-
can't blame them.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it shows how important he is to them, and the club.
He is the
knows it
best
also,
CDM in the
We
world.
we have
Like,
he's the best
I
in
think
that
hard
position.
argument.
I don't know what position that is. It's because it's not DM, but it's not box to box. It's like a fusion of both.
no, now he's playing box to box more.
It's
Now he's playing
Because,
box to box already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he was known as the DM when France won the World Cup, and he won the World Cup playing that. So it's a
so
mix
Mauricio
of
Sarri was
both.
right.
But,
Sarri was right all along.
but ultimately, he has revolutionized the position in a way that now the future will say, oh, anyone we compare to Kante. Like before this, I think I don't know who was the player from France.
Makelele.
But like
Makelele.
Makelele,
Claude
yes.
Makelele. Yeah,
Now would be
he's,
the Kante position.
Now he's the new benchmark, I guess,
So-
for a top class player in the
Yeah.
position. And it's pretty good. I am quite scared of Chelsea, not gonna lie.
I think Tuchel's very like key important feature of him is that his management has been very good. Like since he has come into Chelsea, he has really like explained what every player has to do, like their roles and everything. Like Rudiger before, like under Lampard, he was really bad. Like he made mistakes
Yeah, he was
almost every
terrible.
single game.
Bakayoko level.
Even Zuma was quite bad also, right? I remember when you were playing the 4-3-3, then the centre back partnership was Zuma and Rudiger. It was terrible.
Zuma was at least scoring goals, but Rudiger was just making mistakes left, right, center. And even Kepa has like rejuvenated under Tuchel. He has kept like 5 clean sheets in 5 games. So
I didn't know Kepa started now.
Ah.
yeah,
Yeah, I had no
That's-
idea that Kepa started also. I've completely written Kepa off as a footballer.
Yeah.
which is probably not
Up there
fair.
with the worst signings, with Hazard and Sanchez.
But okay, that's
Going back
because
to-
Bilbao charge a lot for their players.
Yeah.
But that being said, like Chelsea has been very solid defensively. Like even going forward, we might not be like that great recently, but we are very solid defensively. Like we are like I'm pretty sure like based on the stats, like has been like 7 clean sheets against those very big managers, right? So yeah, we are solid
And-
defensively and just have to work
Yeah.
on our attacking now, which is working well now with Havertz and Werner still like playing very well now.
What about the 5-2 result against West Brom? Do you think that's a cause for concern?
I think that was a blip, honestly, because it was a red card for Thiago Silva.
But
But it was a bad game, lah.
Yeah.
I'll still say it was a bad game, but I think it's just a one-off game that just didn't go away. Bad day of the office.
okay lah.
Yeah.
I actually completely forgot that
Yeah, you tend to forget
that
that.
they lost.
That
to-
happened last season. I mean, sorry, happened
But
this
remember
season.
that big teams whenever have their one-off game. Remember Liverpool versus Watford, and then it always went downhill from there. So who knows?
Yeah.
The
But
one-off
the
game can
West Brom
change a lot
game
of
was
things.
like worldies. All the goals were like
Yeah,
world
still-
class goals.
Yeah,
Still, you know,
that's-
you won't expect
that's
Chelsea to crumble like that.
Correct, yeah.
So you mean to tell me I've read out a stat about Tuchel beating like 7 world-class managers, but he's lost to Sam Allardyce?
Yep. So Pramod
Once
saying
again-
Sam Allardyce to Arsenal has some substance.
Once
Yeah,
once
substance
against
to it,
Sam
substance.
Allardyce. Sam
Guess
Allardyce
what?
shows who's
We're playing West Brom tomorrow. So get
boss.
ready for some fireworks.
Oh
I would
my
just
God.
love for Arsenal to lose. Oh my
Oh,
god.
the script is
That'd be
writing
a-
itself.
A great audition. for
Pramod
gonna
is
be-
predicting
gonna
all
be
these
a-
great things.
It's going to be a Route 1 like 90-minute winner. Right?
Wait, aren't West Brom
Yeah,
from
nah.
relegated?
Like it'll be like a mix up between the centre back and the goalkeeper. They collide and then the ball just bounce.
Oh, like
Then
very
semi-Ajaib.
slowly into the goal.
Just
Wait, isn't West Brom already confirmed relegated, or is it still a chance?
No,
I think
Not
still
yet.
got a chance, but they have
Outside
to like, pretty
chance,
much
but
win
I think-
every game.
But Newcastle won
Okay.
yesterday.
It's a
Yeah, I
miracle,
mean,
honestly.
dude, Newcastle. I mean, we sat down for one episode. We criticized them very harshly, and then ever since then they've decided, you know what? Screw the Next Team podcast. We're gonna win everything. So that's what they've done so far. It's unbelievable, lah. Like they
You're welcome,
were,
Newcastle.
Yeah, they were well on their way to relegation.
I think Leicester
And-
are choking it again. The top 4.
Really? Oh, do you think?
Their last 3 fixtures are all against like
It's
Oh
Chelsea,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Chelsea,
big
Man
class,
U,
right?
and
Chelsea,
Yeah.
United,
Chelsea, United,
Tottenham.
and Spurs, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so scary, honestly.
Yeah, I'm.
I hope they win against Man U.
I hope so. I hope they finish top 4 because it would be nice to see them.
I mean, anything can happen around the.
My
top
only
four
wish
spots,
is to see West Ham and Lingard. in
Yeah,
the
West Ham.
Champions League.
Yeah.
Please,
At
please
least
make that
Europa League, I
happen.
think is pretty solid already. Like, I think Europa League, they're definitely.
If I'm not
in
wrong,
the shot.
if either Chelsea or City win Champions League means the 5th can go to Champions
yeah.
League.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had that conversation last week,
True,
and you guys
true.
said no.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think
Gokul
that's
said,
true.
if I'm not wrong, like,
Maybe it does shift
Maybe
down to
he's
this
wrong.
position.
You know what? When it happens, we
Yes.
will talk about it. How about that?
Yes.
We are not sure what will happen, and when it happens, we'll talk about it.
Imagine Moyes
and
against Spurlo.
less-
West Ham versus Juventus. Lingard versus Ronaldo.
That would be a madness.
I would love it.
Oh god.
Okay, So, is that all about Tuchel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, I want to get some score predictions for big matches in the coming week. First, United versus Leicester. I think we get Vikas to do that.
Okay, I think 3-2 to Leicester. Sorry, 3-2 to
Wow.
United. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The truth came out already.
Okay,
Because 3-2.
3-2 to United.
I
I
mean,
just
my
want to
prediction-
skim past this part very quickly, guys. So, Chelsea versus Arsenal. That's actually Chelsea versus
Is there even
Arsenal.
a point?
Yeah. Gokul, what do you think the score will be?
I think a 2-0 to Chelsea.
Okay,
Yeah,
Arjun.
Same.
Okay, United versus Liverpool. I wanna go for this once again. Back with my wishful thinking. I think 2-1 Liverpool. Pramod, what do you think?
To be fair, we have four games that week, so I think there's a good chance you
okay.
guys to win.
4
That's
games
my
that week.
thing.
3-1 Liverpool.
I'm not looking forward to Van der Beek and whoever else on the pitch. So we shall see. lah. I would say Liverpool winning also. I don't see 4
I
games
think
is
it's a
too
draw.
much.
0-0 draw.
Wow.
It's very much on the cards. 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
Tarun, what do you think? United Liverpool.
I'm going to say 0-0.
Okay. Last one,
It's,
Chelsea.
it's the most
against,
it's the most obvious scoreline for United Liverpool game. So
yeah. It's
Fair enough.
in recent years, yes. Chelsea. Imagine in 0-0, the match got cancelled due to the protest, and then we are waiting for another week just to see a 0-0. Please don't be a 0-0. Okay, Chelsea versus Leicester. Who wants to take this one? It's the FA Cup final.
Gokul lah. This is
Gokul
there.
lah.
2-1 to Chelsea.
Fair enough.
okay.
Okay, yeah. So that ends the score predictions. I want to move on to our Instagram fan segment, shots from the stands. Last week we asked you on Instagram, who's the best defender, midfielder, and forward among the among the Premier League Hall of Fame nominees. So, tremendous response this week actually, but we only have time for 2 answers. We first at Chindian Boy says Paul Scholes is 100% the only one who's a straight pick. Okay, I can't say this next part. I say set for Ryan Giggs. Set for Ryan Giggs because he's been in trouble with the law and everything. But okay, I will not get into that. Up next, Gunamutu says Terry, Lampard, and Henry. I almost said Henry, guys. But yeah, Terry, Lampard, and Henry. Terry, Lampard, and Henry. And yeah, so congratulations for being featured this week. And if you guys want to be featured on one of our episodes, be sure to follow us on Instagram. Now, moving on to L of the week. Obvious L of the week is Arsenal.
Quite hard to ignore. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have one more L of the week actually.
so do I
I was
actually. But
Okay, I was thinking of PSG because they first of all they lost the semi-final. That's one thing. But to think of it, they actually sacked Tuchel, and they also didn't extend
They
Thiago Silva's
sold
contract.
Thiago Silva. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Fair
They
enough,
let
fair
Silva go.
this
That's
could
not-
potentially have led them to the Champions League final.
There's
And,
another kicker to this. They might not even win the.
Yeah,
the
they're second in the league.
Yep.
Lille is on top.
Yep.
that would be really hilarious.
Arsenal funding Lille's title charge. Let's go.
If you have Neymar and Mbappe in your team and you don't win the
League, yeah.
French league, I mean, it's ridiculous.
And Di Maria also.
That's,
So,
it's the Spurs
yeah.
DNA, bro. Like you just can't.
Yeah,
escape
classic Poch winning the Spurs.
But can you blame Poch though? He came in later in the season.
from it. Yeah,
right?
yeah, I mean they were struggling even before he came
Yeah.
in. To be honest, but
So I
Still-
guess it's a
still
bit harsh to put it on Poch.
I mean,
But it's fun to put it on
I-
Poch lah.
like it's hard to not see this as a failure. Like PSG is a kind of team in a league that is, let's be honest, not very competitive. Like the expectation for them should be to win every year. Like and every year they don't win is a failure just because of how much money they have compared to everybody else.
It's a monopoly.
Yeah, it's a monopoly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, any other L of the weeks? Because I have one. I have one that
Yeah,
you guys might not have heard about, but a few days ago, on Monday Night Football, I think it was. So about 5 days ago, on Monday Night Football, Jamie Carragher actually called out Graham Souness for being quote lazy with his punditry. Like,
Oh.
yeah, he actually called him out on live
He just said
television.
lazy.
Yup.
What? Oh.
Yeah,
That's
is it
lazy.
lazy punditry, and a lot of people are. I just wanna put Graham Souness up there just for being called out. He's finally been called out for lazy punditry. To be fair, I mean he's a very, he never seems to think about, like, you want pundits to analyze everything, right? Like you want them to give you some inner meaning behind anything that's happening in football. Graham
Correct.
Souness is the most reactionary pundit that's out there, because 1 week he might praise Pogba, and the next
Yeah.
week he's a hair gel wearing championship level player.
Yeah, but BK, we must say, like, what is Pogba doing in all this? Like, he should be doing better, honestly.
yeah, he should. No, I'm just giving an example.
I'm taking this.
Yeah, no, 'cause oh, yeah, I was getting locked and loaded with a counter argument, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, his punditry is very bad. It's universally hated. I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty universally hated, and yeah, L of the week for Graham Souness as well. Dub of the week, guys. I don't have any dub of the week. You guys need to.
Pep, I guess.
Tuchel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tuchel also.
Tuchel.
Tuchel and Pep. Actually, Pep.
Tuchel and
prefer
Emery,
Tuchel,
guys. Unai Emery.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yes.
Unai Emery, yeah. Good evening. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a very bad
yeah.
evening for me.
Yep. Anyone have anything else to add? If not, we can end the episode.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so thank you for tuning in to the Next Team Podcast. We'll see you next week, and also be sure to follow Gokul on Instagram
Wow.
at Gokul17. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Ciao, guys.
Bye, guys.